Have you ever wondered how fluent speakers make English sound so easy? It's not just vocabulary. It's not just grammar. There's something else happening behind the scenes, something in the way they think. Fluent speakers use little tricks without even realizing it. These tricks help them speak smoothly, listen better, and stay calm in conversation. And here's the good news. You can use the same tricks starting today. You don't need to wait until your English is perfect. You don't need a huge vocabulary or a teacher beside you. You just need a shift in how you think about English. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our daily English lessons that actually help you sound real and confident. Let's get into it. Let's start with a simple idea. When fluent speakers speak, they're not focused on each word. They're focused on meaning. They don't build every sentence from the ground up, one word at a time. Instead, they speak in groups of words, chunks, expressions, phrases that they've heard 1,000 times. Things like, you know what I mean, or it's kind of like, or let me think. These phrases come out without effort. They're not planned. They're just there. And that's the first big trick. Thinking in phrases, not words. If you're always looking for the perfect word, you'll speak slowly. Your brain will try to translate everything, and that takes time. But if you start to use short, ready-made phrases, your brain can relax. It doesn't have to build every sentence from zero. You already have the pieces. You just need to practice using them. This is what fluent speakers do. They don't panic when they forget a word. They move around it. They say something else. They keep the conversation going with the phrases they know. And here's another thing fluent speakers do. They speak even when they're unsure. They don't wait until they know the perfect sentence. They try anyway. They guess. They use simple words. They repeat themselves if needed. And most importantly, they don't stop. They've trained their mind to be okay with not knowing everything. This is a huge mindset shift. If you're always worried about making mistakes, your brain will freeze. But if you learn to keep going, even with mistakes, your fluency will grow much faster. Now think about how you listen in English. Fluent speakers don't try to catch every word. That's too hard. That's too slow. Instead, they focus on the main idea. They listen for keywords. They notice the tone. They guess the meaning. They use the context to understand what's happening. You can train your brain to do this too. Don't stop the audio every few seconds. Don't get stuck on one word. Keep listening. Keep following the flow. Your brain will learn how to fill in the blanks. There's also something else fluent speakers do. They stay relaxed. Even when they don't understand everything, they don't panic. They breathe. They smile. They listen for clues. This helps them think more clearly. When you're nervous, your brain shuts down. You forget what you know. But when you feel calm, everything works better. So train your brain to stay cool in conversation. You don't need to understand every word. You just need to understand enough. And that's usually more than you think. Also, fluent speakers use silence the right way. They don't rush to fill every moment. They pause. They take time to think. They use filler phrases like "let me see" or "that's a good question" to buy time. These pauses sound natural, not awkward. You can do the same thing. Give yourself permission to pause. You don't need to speak fast to sound fluent. You just need to sound real. And here's a powerful mental trick they use all the time. They visualize the conversation. They imagine the situation. They see what they're talking about. This helps them remember words and speak more clearly. If you're talking about food, imagine the food. Picture the restaurant. Picture the plate. This connects English to your senses. And that makes your speaking more natural and more alive. Fluent speakers also use their native language in a helpful way. not to translate, but to connect ideas. When they hear a new phrase, they link it to something they already know. This helps the brain remember faster. So instead of memorizing, they're connecting. You can do this too. Find patterns. Find things that feel familiar. This gives your brain something to hold on to. And when fluent speakers study, they don't just look at rules. They observe. They watch. They listen. They notice how words are used in real life. They pay attention to rhythm, intonation, and flow. They learn by example, not just by explanation. This is something you can start doing today. Watch how English is used. Don't just ask, "What does that mean?" Ask, "How is it used?" This question will take you much further. Here's one more mindset fluent speakers share. They believe they can improve. That might sound simple, but it's actually powerful. They trust that if they keep going, they'll get better. So they keep showing up. They keep listening. They keep talking. And little by little, their brain adapts. You need that belief too. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep practicing. Your progress will come from repetition, from mistakes, from real use, not from perfection. So if you've been feeling stuck or tired, try thinking differently. Don't chase every new word. Focus on the ones that feel useful. Don't try to speak perfectly. Speak clearly, honestly, confidently. Use the phrases you know. Learn a few more. Reuse them. Expand slowly. Don't stress over the grammar. Notice patterns. Copy what works. Make English part of your thoughts, part of your routine, part of your daily life. Because when your mind feels safe and flexible, English becomes easier. When you stop trying to be perfect, you start to be fluent. When you stop learning like a student and start thinking like a speaker, everything changes. Now it's your turn. Which one of these mental shifts will you try today? Maybe it's letting go of perfection. Maybe it's repeating natural phrases. Maybe it's practicing silence. Choose one. Start small. And keep showing up. If this video helped you feel more confident about your English, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. We're here every single day with new ways to help you learn naturally. And tell us in the comments, what's one trick or mindset that helps you feel more fluent when you speak? You don't need to be a genius. You just need the right habits and the right mindset. You've got everything you need to sound more fluent, starting now. Keep going. We'll see you tomorrow.